Hello again, Nathan here. Right, I'm just gonna discuss one of the biggest red flags that I ignored, which should have, let's say, it would have been probably my get out of jail free card. I'm trying to make stuff a little bit humorous, as as I say. Well, might as well show you all the narcissistic tattoo that I started. Slogan is "Laugh now, cry later," because I think I've done quite enough crying to tell you the truth. And trauma and stuff like that. So yeah, one of the biggest red flags that went up was my dad got involved with some serious people, acting the big man, gangsters, stuff like that. And he was never a gangster. He participated in bits and bobs. And this was the thing, if you know about sort of this sort of stuff, sometimes people plan things, they give you things, they rub it back to keep you in their pocket and make you do things that you'd never do. So yeah, so this was a thing that was going on as well. We'd been going out for quite some time by then. I think it might have been 4-year mark, maybe something like that. Maybe a little bit longer. I'd have to check on the images from what I found. So basically, she was going behind my back with her dad, trying to getting loans for her dad to pay off these people, which would never, to the amount of what he owed, pay off. But she was still getting and I said to her, like, I've had enough of this. She was getting picked up from work because people were threatening to kidnap her, this, that, and the other. Her dad was bringing her back, or someone was bringing her back, and her dad was coming up wasted or turn up with a black eye. They'd beat him up because he'd not done a payment or not done something that he'd supposed to. Like, crazy shit. And I got to the point, I'm like, you choose. I'm like, you used to going down my back and getting loans and everything. I said, I'm out of this. I'm not staying with you. Like, literally, I've had enough. I don't need the stress brought back to the house. I don't need anybody following him back to our house and any problems coming back on us. It's messing with your work now that people are threatening, and there's people sitting on the terrace that you know that are associated with these people to do with your dad. So yeah, so we grew a little bit distant, and alarm bells ring sometimes, and I was always up before her anyway. And you know when you've got this thing in your head, and like we never hid mobile phones from each other, never changed passcodes, be on each other's phones and stuff. If we're next to each other, somebody else's phone's died, we'd use somebody else's. Oh, helicopter coming for me already again. Right, I'm gonna have to wait a sec because wait for the helicopter to go over. I've actually got a national power cut at the moment as well. Like literally, a great big chunk of Europe's out of power. That's that one there. Oh, put me off where I was going from this. Oh yeah. So you know when you have that feeling that something's not right, and yeah. So I woke up. I picked up my phone from the side of my bed, went into the bathroom, unlocked it, and checked on WhatsApp to see if she'd been snagging me off to her dad. Found this other guy's number there. One of her dad's friends, an older guy. I didn't even read all the messages, but I found her making explicit videos and images in our bathroom while I was asleep in bed. That's what I found on the phone. And also, like, been talking to him for a while, like, a lot of messages. And I literally kind of, like, flipped, went in, shouted, woke her up, threw her phone at her. And I said, what the fuck's this? give your phone back. I want to read it. No, 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 it'll hurt you. I'm like, give it. No. And then she's like, oh no, well, I'll give it to you. And then literally, miraculously, she deleted it all. I did manage to recover the videos and stuff that she made, which is not the point. And just to show what she was doing there behind my back. So that is emotional cheating, however way you want to put it. And this is at the time when her dad's not stable. So I rang and flipped at her dad. Your mate, and this, I rang the guy who actually known to actually go into police. Like, oh, well, you can't do nothing now. Because, like, you rang him, so he's just going to know it's you, or I'm like, don't really care, mate. Like, your scumbag mates, like, from wherever, parties or whatever. And it's supposed to be whatever, and, like, literally what his scumbag mates sending pictures of his cock and stuff to your daughter when you were out together the other day, and he's sending pictures of his cock and stuff and making your daughter do explicit images when I'm fucking in bed asleep. All this is down to your fault because of her head's fucked with you and all the shit that's going on. So yeah, this is that thing. And so he was just like, oh, I'll pack my stuff and go. And then it just got weird. It got weird. It kind of like, my dad come around wasted again with somebody else. I just wanted him out my house. And they're asking me, well, have you got this, got that? I'm like, just get the fuck out of my house. And I don't know, like, I kind of ended up kind of cuddling her and kind of like, sounds fucking weird, ended up kind of like having sex, but sort of like emotional fucking like weird. Like, just sort of happened. Like, I was kind of devastated that she'd done that to me. And then I left it at that, but it kept coming up in little arguments. And you know how it is, well, we do know how it is in the end with a narcissist. They project it back onto you. You was the problem. It's your fault I did it. What do you mean it's my fault? No, you did it. You wasn't showing me attention. So that gives you the right to go in the bathroom when I'm asleep and make explicit images of yourself, playing with yourself and whatever, and sending them to somebody, yeah? Well, it's because you wasn't showing me attention. So that was before we had my son, and that's where I really, really should have called it a day. I wouldn't change my son for the world. He's the best ever. You will see him in some of the videos, but his face will be blurred out and stuff because, yeah, privacy reasons, and I don't want to know if she gets his hold of any of this at the minute. Trying to keep it all low-key for now until everything else is solved. Also tomorrow I've got to find out about this community service I've got to do. It's just manipulation and lies, all of it. So yeah, that was my biggest red flag. That I should have called it a day, and I didn't. And then what? I carried on like nothing happened. Forgive her, and had a kid with her in the end. Don't really know what to say. We don't sometimes think with our brains. So yeah, this is what well, at the moment I have lost everything, so that's what I say. Don't fuck with somebody that's got nothing left to lose. Yeah, but we'll get there. Everybody will get there. That's what everybody's told me, and a lot of people have said to me for my age that I'm lucky to have learned about this. I've only been in a 10-year relationship. I could have been in a relationship with her for 20 or 30 years. But it's not that as well. It's how she has destroyed my life. in regards financially, police getting me arrested, restraining orders, moving on to someone so quick, my lawyer costing me all my savings, and taking my prized possession, not my possession, but my boy, my fucking love of my life, which I was fucking there with him every single day. Unlike most dads, like provided everything for them. Like that's what hurts the most. It's her taking the one thing that I told her that she could never take from me, and she had to prove with her manipulation and lies that she could. She's saying she didn't, but I definitely think something was going on the side with this other guy. Anyway, that's another one. I'm out and talk about the next topic in the next video.